Exploring the advantages for songwriters in NFTs. Any songwriters in the room? Some songwriters? Is there somebody over there with a guitar? Are they stringing that up? Is there a chord ready? Can you play anything, Sammy? Yeah, one string. There you go. It's a bass guitar now. Please welcome Emily, Faye, and BStract.
Hello.
Hey, everyone. So my name is Jay. I am a professional musician. I've been lucky enough to do that for about 10 years now, and I've toured across UK and Europe, playing some of the biggest festivals and venues. And in the Web3 world, I'm an artist, and I'm known as BStract.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be here. Very strange not singing and not having an instrument to hide behind. My name is Emily Faye, and I've got a first-class honours degree in songwriting, which I studied for here in London. I've been on the festival circuit, released some singles, supported some big-name artists, and been featured as one to watch in Rolling Stones magazine. And I'm also co-founder of a movement called Write Like a Girl, which champions women in music.
So I started in the Web3 space in May last year. When the lockdown happened, our tours and everything got put on pause. So basically, I just focused on my painting. I did that every day for 18 months. And in May last year, I was listening to a podcast with Mark Cuban on Steve-O's podcast from Jackass. And I went, and from that podcast, I minted 120 pieces of my artwork, which I'd been creating. And for the next couple of months, I delved into the NFT space and engaged with the community, and my pieces started to sell. And then in October last year, someone asked me the question, how did you get into the NFT space? And I told them that story. And then I put a tweet out. And Mark Cuban messaged me saying he liked my artwork. And he shared it to his 9 million followers. And things blew up a little bit. And that's kind of the start of my journey. So since then, I have exhibited here in the UK, in the US, and in Asia. I was recently even spoke to Time as part of their Emerging Artist series. And it's just really been a wild ride since then.
Hence the reason that I am now into the NFT world, because he has persuaded me. But also, there are just many benefits. So first and foremost, we think the advantages of songwriting in the NFT world go hand in hand with the problems that we're trying to solve within the music industry itself. For example, point number one, as the guys here said before, fair pay for artists. Getting paid fairly for the work you create, so important, and we believe that that is the ethos of the Web3 world. For example, good old Spotify, you have to get over 300,000 streams just to make $1,000, and that doesn't even necessarily go to the songwriter. Then also 15% of the current artists in the Web3 world are women, only 15%, and 17% of people signed up to PRS for music, which is the Performing Rights Society here in the UK. Only 17% of them are women, and I just think this needs to change. And we have the opportunity now to pave the way for women within the Web3 space as well. In conjunction with this, the opportunity in Web3 is massive. You can connect, work, collaborate, and build things with people you never would have imagined to. Especially in the Discord communities that are available. For example, BStract, he is in the Souls community, and he had the opportunity to remix Sia's song Unstoppable. Then it was chosen by Sia herself to be in the top 5, and then he got voted by the community, and he won. So that, relationship would have taken years outside of the Web3 to cultivate.
So what really excites me about the NFT space is there's never really been such a creative movement. And it's finally, creatives and artists and musicians are actually getting paid for their work, which is unbelievable. But there are still some issues. The issues being some real-life problems, like just being out, the distribution system of actually being paid as a songwriter is quite flawed. Over here in the UK, we have PPL for performers and PRS, and that a lot of the time relies on a lot of paperwork. It relies on artists, claiming things, and it's very clunky still after years of doing it. And I really do believe blockchain could be something that fixes these issues. I have a dream as a musician that one day, when a song is played on a radio or even, from your pocket on your phone or, anywhere, that it's all on chain and the artists or the songwriters gets paid instantly. It would be an absolutely amazing thing. But like the panel before said, I think the model needs to change at the moment. For smaller artists, I think rather than, approaching a record label and trying to get £100,000 advance and them taking 35% or 50% of everything that you do, which is your ticket sales, your merch, you can approach this in a community aspect. You could have 500 of your most loyal fans. You could create an NFT, or it could be your album artwork, and you could sell these people who are your biggest fans, and they could then get a percentage of your royalties for that. And you could have, ticket sales, you could have exclusive, the utilities are endless, really. And I really believe that model we're going to see it becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Not only that, is the collaborations in the space, the culture of collaborations is unbelievable. It used to be really difficult to have two artists work together, and that seems to happen on a daily basis. I've done some amazing stuff with some amazing artists I never would have dreamed to be working with, so it's so unbelievable. Not only that, is that there's brands coming into the space, and just being 6 months ahead of the curve, a year into the space, it really gives you that edge compared to other people. So as a songwriter, someone coming into the space, might look at you and you can partner with some huge brands, which again is amazing. What I want to talk about is how to use NFTs creatively in songwriting, which is when you write a song and before it comes to the public, there are usually 100 variations, and these are interesting to your fans. Imagine like owning a one of a Beatles track from 60 years ago, but you're the only one that owns it, and it has a varied, Paul McCartney lyric, or it has even a mistake or an error. These are like vinyls which you can find, and they're worth so much. But I believe that that's an interesting way to the NFT industry and music industry in particular. Having different one song, same structure, but different bass lines, different drums, different vocal phrasing, and having them as one-of-ones is I think is a great model. So I'm going to hand over to Emily, who's going to tell us a little bit about a project we've been working on. And
I think as well it's really good for your creativity, because at the end of the day, that's the most important thing, that you have this creative outlet, and this world allows you to have that in any way you want. Now, we're going to tell you about our project. It's called 100 Years of Women, and it consists of 100 songs with different lyrics, vocal phrasing, different solos, but the structure of the songs are all the same. We also have 100 one-of-one paintings that BStract here has created. So this consisted of him painting 200 paintings and overlaying them with digital art to coincide with the music. It's called 100 Years of Women because each piece is a year in the life of a woman. So each one represents the age of 1 to 100. And obviously, in order to get a more diverse and inclusive view, we have reached out and interviewed some of the female leading founders within the space, such as people from World of Women, Long Necky Ladies, Hugs, and more. To get their view and to kind of write the project, I have asked them 2 questions. I've asked them to pick an age and to tell me something significant to them about their age, whether that was a feeling, whether it was something that they thought about, and we've created this project. Now, a percentage of the sales will go back to commissioning female artists, and a percentage will go to Calling All Crows, which is a charity close to our hearts.
Yeah, and whilst we believe that the artwork and the music is just enough, it's also Web3, so we've got utilities such as live metaverse shows, chance for royalties, exclusive art from myself being dropped, and loads of other things. I believe we're out of time, so thank you very much for listening to us. We wanted to offer the people in the room the first chance to be on the allow list. There's only 100 NFTs created for this project, so the allow list is very, very small. So there's a QR code there. Everyone here gets a chance to jump on that. So well done for being here early.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening to us today as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.